MBS Mohammed bin Salman, facial expressions. I will be showing you 4 pictures. Do not go anywhere. These pictures I will be discussing from a body language point of view. I do have some knowledge. I did do some study and research about body language, how to interpret them. So hopefully, inshallah, this will serve for the understanding of the end of time that we talk about, and also take a look at what MBS is really up to. Now, the first picture I want to share with you, as you can see on the screen right here, this is when he was in, I believe, Qatar, or he was, because Al Jazeera reported it, but the occasion is where he met a lot of leaders from around the Arabian Peninsula. So, for example, you see Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum from Dubai. He is Salman from Saudi Arabia. Many other people came from different part of the Arabian Peninsula. I don't think it happened in Qatar. I believe it happened in UAE. Okay, I think it is in UAE. It's not in Qatar, because that time Qatar did not have a good relationship with Saudi Arabia. As we know, that time they were blocking Qatar. This is a face of a person who just assumed power of Saudi Arabia, and you can see from his facial expression, what I understand is that this person is bent on accomplishing his mission. We know MBS, he made this promise to the country and to the world that he is going to change Saudi Arabia by 2030. This is why we see the NEOM, the line that he's building, and it's spending billions of dollars. So this is the person who is bent on doing his job. If we do have a situation where we do need a leader who is Islamic, somebody who cares about religion, who cares about Islam, we are looking at the wrong person. This is a person who is looking just for dunya. Okay, from both eyes, this is a person who is just thinking about how he can take his country to a new level and make oil independent. And so this is the impression that we get from this photo. Next photo I want to share with you. So again, don't go anywhere. This is very interesting photo. This is in Saudi Arabia. I believe this is when Saudi Arabia legalized, or I should say allowed women to go to the cinemas, watch movies and even making movies themselves. We know Saudi Arabia relaxed those rules and regulations. So this is the person, MBS, looking at the cinema. He is attending a kind of like a gathering where women are presenting their skills and whatnot. And so by looking at this one, looks like, again, he is very much focused to what is happening, and he is very much focused to the task. And this is a face of someone who is definitely very, very serious about making all these things happen. So relaxing, women able to drive, those rules and laws, and many other things. So from looking at this picture, one thing that I can understand, I can decipher, which would be that in the future, this is the leader who will be relaxing more rules and laws and regulations, especially for women, and making it a lot more easier. So again, you are not looking at the guy who you would think ruling over the land of the Arabs, land of the prophets. Let's look at this one. Very, very interesting picture. This is a face of someone who is talking to this army general. This is Saudi army. He is coming very close, as if he's gonna say to him something very, very secretive. And so he's leaning towards him with his eyes. He is very focused. Look at the eyes right here. He's very focused to what this general has to say. Both eyes are keen, very focused. Remember, this photo is taken back in the year, I believe, 2018, when he just came to power. So he had to make sure that he has a good connection with his military. So when he was, observing, or I should say, traveling to some of the military bases in Saudi Arabia to see firsthand, what the military is doing and all the personnel, military personnel there, he wanted to just talk to them and have a connection with them. And this is when he stopped by to this guy and this guy was telling him something, again, very, very secretive, and MBS was very keen to learn. His military is very, very important because MBS, he said, remember, that if I go and normalize ties with Saudi Arabia, with Israel, then my military will kill me. Okay, this is what he said. My military and my people will kill me. So I cannot just go and normalize ties with Israel because of that. So for him, military is very, very important to gain the support of his army. And this is exactly what we see here. He's trying to make a connection. This is not a face of a leader who is not interested in all these armies and the soldiers they have. This is a face of a leader who is pretty much interested and pretty much wanted to know everything possible. Now this is a face of a person who is faking it all. This is a complete fake smile. This is not a genuine smile. Okay, when you are assuming power and people are not happy, or that you did not come to the power legitimately, because according to his brother and his uncle, he is not legitimate. Okay, he should not be coming to power, he should be ruling. MBS is trying at this point to win the hearts and minds of Saudi Arabian people. So you see him waving hands, and also this is smile. When you have this kind of smile where your eyes can be hardly visible, and you have this face stretched, the lips, stretched too far, this is a sign of a person who is faking the whole smile. Okay, this is completely fake. This is not who MBS is. If he's at that moment, he's fake. I'm not saying he doesn't have genuine smile to his people. I'm not saying that, but this time he is faking it for whatever reason it is. It could be that he's under tremendous pressure because of the unpopularity that he's receiving, in a bad ranking in his country. It could be anything, but this is, if you take a look at this picture from body language expert's point of view, this is not a face of someone who is genuinely happy. MBS is going to be playing a big role when it comes to the end of time, the coming of the Mahdi, the Dajjal, because Saudi Arabia, we can never ever ignore this country, the land of the Prophet and the best of the creation, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Let me know your opinion, your thoughts, inshallah. If you have any question, I will be coming up with a lot more videos on MBS, his facial expression, his body posture, his body language, what they're telling us, what we can decipher from them. Because once you know how to read body language, then you can understand a lot non-verbal communication, even though the person might not be saying something outwardly, but by looking at body language, you can understand what this person is up to. Thank you guys. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.